Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Denise and I go by Long Legs K. If you're returning, thank you, love you so much for all the support. I've been doing content creation since 2018, and since that time I have worked with CoverGirl, Maybelline, Thread Beauty, Iman Cosmetics. I've worked with Samsung. I've also worked with Lifetime TV, White Castle, Benefit Cosmetics, Torrid, Mented Cosmetics, Arm & Hammer, and so many more that I'm probably forgetting. One of my favorite creators recently asked her followers to come up with some questions, and then she created a Get Ready With Me answering those questions, and I thought that was super cool. And so I asked my followers to ask me questions regarding content creation, and this is what y'all came up with. The first question is, how do I start? This is gonna sound super cliche, but you just gotta start. Most of my content I film with just my back camera, with my camera phone, besides this video, which I'm using a digital camera. But yeah, I edit, film all of my content basically on my cell phone. When I first started in 2018, I thought about, what am I bringing that nobody else is bringing? And essentially that's just my personality. I think I'm a little quirky, a little weird, a little funny. And so that is what I try to bring to my content. And I also wanted to establish some values, so I always work with brands who are inclusive, especially when it comes to these shade ranges, when it comes to makeup. Also, other brands that have just ethics. You know, there are some brands who will invite you to their propaganda factory so that you can make content for them, and that's not, what you really want to do. As a dark-skinned woman, I definitely want to create a platform in a safe space for other women who experience colorism. So that was my focal point in starting off my content. What are you passionate about? And use that insight to find your niche and then dig in deeper to that. Once you find your niche, you want to search for it on that particular platform that you plan on using to see what other creators are doing, and not in a way where you're copying them, but just seeing what is on trend. What are people interested in? What are people talking about? A few of you asked pretty much the same question, and it's basically, what is your way of reaching out to brands? And I think that's an amazing question because there are several ways that you can reach out to brands. So one way is by creating a pitch and just reaching out to them on your own. So if you have an email, I know that some people use LinkedIn to find contact information for brands. I personally go on their actual website to see if they have inquiries about content creation or influencer marketing. If I don't see that on their actual website, I'll go to their social media profile and just DM them to ask for the email. And sometimes these brands actually have their email and their contact information on their social media sites. So that is definitely an avenue that you can take. One of the most notable brands that I do content with is Samsung Mobile. And I actually reached out to them because everybody knows, I love my Samsung devices. You all are never going to convert me. It's never gonna work. Sorry. I ended up just drafting a pitch where I told the brand that I create a lot of my content using my Samsung device. I love the quality, I love the functionality, I love just everything about how it could be just customized. By doing that and actually having the backup of owning the device, it comes off a lot more authentic to the brand to want to work with you because you're genuine. Another way to get brands to actually notice you is to use their products on camera and gush about it, rant and rave about it. Be honest. If you really like this product, tell people. That was the way I was able to get on the CoverGirl's PR, because I wrote a pitch about how the Queen collection was one of the only affordable brands that I could use when I was in high school that was also shade inclusive. And that is another way to, let them know that you're interested in them. My favorite way of reaching out to brands is by using influencer platforms. So I will list in the description every single platform I use to seek out brands who are actively seeking out collaborations with influencers. A lot of these platforms make it super easy to connect with brands because your insights are readily available once you connect your pages, like your social accounts, to the platform, and then brands can find you based on that, or you can apply to their campaigns on there, and then they can read about you and your About Me and learn a little bit more about you to want to work together. Another question one of my followers asked was, how do you determine the minimum rate to put in your media kit, pitch, etc.? Which is an amazing question, and I think someone else asked something similar as well. And I could easily say you need to be charging like a house down payment to these brands, but it really, really depends on the individual creator. Is your content quality? Is it engaging? Is it educational? Is it entertaining? Are the videos and photos you post high quality? Are you engaging your audience? And yes, engagement is very important when it comes to social media. However, my engagement isn't the best, so I don't know. And I still am able to work with brands. So it all depends on like your relationship with these brands as well. I would say come up with your own hourly rate and calculate how much time it takes for you to plan and film and edit, and then also take into account using your likeness on your social platforms to promote this brand, whether it's a UGC post. So UGC is basically you creating content for a brand, but you're not necessarily posting it on your socials. The brand is posting it on their page. You can also charge a lot more for those. Then you want to think about usage rights. Are they asking to use your content in perpetuity? I mean, for the rest of your natural living life, your life, the brand's life, everybody's life. Is the brand asking to whitelist your content, so boost your post from your page to a broader audience, which they pay for, but you can actually charge extra for that as well. Charge your worth. And there are actual calculators online that can help you estimate how much you should be charging a brand based on your engagement and your reach. But as I mentioned, my engagement isn't always the best, and so it's always great to have just like a base rate. Another great way is to ask the brand, what is the budget for this? That way you can negotiate a lot better and a lot smarter, because the worst thing to do is to lowball yourself. Like that feeling when you tell a brand a rate and they automatically agree, it's like, oh crap, I could have gone higher. I'll typically aim high, but not like, to an extent where it's like, girl, ain't nobody paying you that. You know what I mean? So just know your worth. Charge what you think you are worth, and do a lot of research based on your niche. What are other brands, paying for that type of content? Because that all really matters. Another great question that I got is there a template that you use? I'm not sure if you're talking about media kits or when it comes to pitching. When it comes to media kits, I actually use Canva to create mine. Very easy to update my insights each month. Adding photos of more recent collaborations I've done. It's very easy. You can customize it, change your colors, all of that. So definitely check out Canva. When it comes to pitches, I will say it is best to tailor each pitch to the brand. You never want to make the mistake of, hey, CoverGirl, I love your products, but then you send it to Maybelline because you've just been copying and pasting. Just like with the resume, people can tell when you're just using the same thing over and over. You want to let the brand know that you actually care about their product, why, and what you plan on doing for them. How is this collaboration going to be mutually beneficial to not only the brand, but to you? You know, you're essentially kind of asking them to pay you to advertise for them. You also want to make sure that you're knowledgeable about the brand and the brand fits your mission and values. Circling back to the Samsung analogy, if I would have just told Samsung, hey, I like your phones, they would have ignored me. I had to tell them that I'm actually knowledgeable about it. So that's another thing too, when you're reaching out to brands, like, let them know you know a little some. It's okay. Flex yourself. Flex. The main thing that your pitch should have is a little bit about you, what you do, how this would be relevant to the brand, and the type of deliverables that you can provide them. So is that stories? Is that shorts? Is that long form content? Are those reels? Are those TikToks? Let them know what you're able to provide. You don't have to go into too much detail about what the content is actually going to be until you decide that you guys are going to work together, because, hey, brands steal too. Last question. What are some do's and don'ts? Do always, okay, post if it is a gifted or paid collaboration, because you do not want to get fined by the FTC for false advertising or misleading advertisement. And false advertisement can also include, you know, someone promoting content or promoting a product that doesn't necessarily work, but they got paid for it, so they're gonna post about it. A lot of those teeth whitening things. But, you know, don't do that. Don't do that. Do say that it's gifted or a paid collaboration, but don't lie. Be authentic. Do be authentic. You don't want to add to that growing issue of people not trusting influencers. The main reason why influencer marketing has been so successful is because people trust an actual human being telling them that a product works and not just a commercial. When it comes to filing taxes, do indicate if you were gifted anything over $100, because that has to be listed as income. You do not want to play with IRS, okay? Do take breaks if you need to. It's just the internet. It will be here. I mean, hopefully. But it will be here when you get back. Take a 2-week break if you need to, okay? The content is here. It's waiting for you. If you're getting to a point where creating content is no longer fun for you and you feel like you're forcing yourself to come up with ideas, take a break. Watch YouTube videos. I do that all the time, where I will watch a YouTube video and just learn some new strategies or tips and tricks to just make my content a lot stronger. Those are all of the questions. I really appreciate you all for asking me these questions, supporting me. And if you found this useful, please comment, share, subscribe, and let me know what you think, and if you want more videos just like this. And I can answer more questions outside of content creation. I think I have pretty good advice. So thanks again. Check out my channel and see you soon.